Hi, this is Paul Palmer. I thought I'd talk a little bit more today about the qualified person, as I keep getting quite a lot of questions about the topic, on the topic. So what does it mean to be a QP? Not how do you become a QP, because that's, you get yourself a degree, you join one of the professional bodies, you take a 2-year course, take a verbal exam, and then provided you've got the right experience, you're eligible to be a QP. Now that's the GB route. There's different routes depending on which country you're in. So the majority of Europe, you have to be a pharmacist as your base degree. Some of them require you to be a master's, an MSc in pharmacy. Some of them will allow you to then go straight on and be a deputy QP or a nominated QP with somebody else on the license, and you just have an agreement between you and them. But I quite like this picture as the QP as the judge, because a lot of people in the pharma industry think, well, it'll be all right if the QP says it's all right, rather than taking responsibility for their own actions and ensuring that the product has the right quality, safety, and efficacy to be able to sell it. Now, okay, the QP will make a decision, but if you give him all the supporting evidence and all the facts, all the additional tests that might be needed, then it makes his decision easy. And he can release it in a timely manner. The problem comes as a QP when they don't give you the facts, when they don't give you the information. So I'll give you an example. I had a problem with a site where they had mold. They'd found mold within the facility. And I was asked to say, well, does it impact the product or not? I said, well, why was it found? Well, it's in the grade C. Okay, so it's 2 rooms away from the filling line. Does it impact the process? Well, I don't know. Well, that doesn't help me make a decision, does it? What's the likelihood, what's the risk of that mold impacting the product? Well, we don't know. Well, have you identified the mold? Oh, no, not yet. We just know that we found one. Well, wouldn't that be a good idea? Yeah, do the identification. Is it a spore former? I don't know. Well, if they can tell you that there's no risk to the product because it was found in an area, maybe it was found in the changing room only, and it was found on exit clothing, or it was found in the rubbish bin, on the side, on the rubbish bin, or it was found in a location where there's a relatively low or zero chance of it impacting the product, then you've got an easy decision. But if they then say, oh, well, it was found at the point where we load up the vials into the machine to be able to go through the processing stage and filling, well, then you need to think, well, is there a higher risk? What happened with the other environmental test results? What can you give me? What information have you got available for all the rest? Oh, yeah, we had a couple of other excursions and we had this problem and that problem. Well, it's easy. You've got a reject decision straight away. Or, no, this was an isolated incident. We've never seen it before, and we believe we've identified the source as blah, 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 because this is based on the raw material. The raw material sterilized before use, so we believe it was just from blah, blah, blah. So there's no risk to the product, no risk to the patient, then you've got an easy decision. So the judge isn't really the QP. The person that assesses the facts, that assesses the information and says, well, there is no risk to the patient. Well, they're the one that's giving you the information that allows you to support them. Not judge them, support them with the facts and actually sign off on a decision that somebody else could have recommended. So when you're talking to the QP, don't just say, oh, well, I've got this problem. What do I do? Go with a solution. Go with the answer to your question that you believe is correct. Make sure you've got all the supporting evidence ready, and then you won't have to be the judge and jury. I'll just be able to accept what you've said ratify it, sign it off, say, yeah, off we go. The worst thing for a QP is somebody comes in with a problem that there's no potential solution for, and he has to identify all the extra testing and information that you need before you can go away and do it. And then you come back with all that extra information, you find some more problems because you haven't done a full detailed investigation and identified the root cause, or maybe several potentially assignable root causes, and then looked at what you can do about it and what the risk is to the product and to the patient and what mitigates that risk based on the future processing of the product. Well, wouldn't that be much easier for the QP to release your pharmaceutical product? If he's got all the information, he can sign on the bottom line. But if he doesn't, he's going to ask you to go away and deal with it. Okay, that's it for me for today. It's Paul Palmer. I'll talk to you soon.